Hey, it's me, John. I got a restaurant. The restaurant. Called John. And pizza? We make pizza. Our pizza is pizza. Such good pizza. With a lot of pizza, we got ingredients. We got deals. We got ingredients. We got John. Welcome to John. At John, ingredients, pizza. John. Now sponsored by the insert title here. Yeah. Is that a typo? Wait, their name's actually insert title here. They didn't come up with a name? You couldn't even afford me some podcasters who had a fucking name? What do I pay you for? That's right, I don't. Ingredients, pizza, John.
What the fuck?
Welcome to Insert Title Here, a show on the internet, now on Spotify and other places, as well as YouTube and your ear right now. I'm Satohara, aka Alexander Mogus, delivering my Stussy to you live. Here are my friends, Adam Baldwin and Devon.
Devon, I don't get a last name?
Just Devon.
Oh. Actually, I'm
one name.
No, actually, I'm the artist formerly known as Devon.
Yeah. I hear you just got confirmed for Smash.
I did actually. I've been confirmed for Smash.
I saw that announcement picture. It was tasty. How are the pancakes, by the way?
Amazing. They gave those to me. So I went into Sakurai's office, and he was just like, "Hey, man, we decided to confirm you for Smash. Here are some tasty pancakes for you, and just
Nice.
you." And I ate them, and I could feel the love and the effort put into those pancakes by Sakurai himself. And I was like, dude, these are so good. And they just so good. So anyways, and Sakurai was like, so we're just gonna model you and put you in the game. And then he hooked me up to this thing, and the next thing I knew, I was in the Nintendo Switch, and I was just like trying not to get murdered by Sephiroth. So I was
You were in the Nintendo Switch?
Yeah, apparently the way that he mods characters into the game is by literally hooking up people to the Switch. So it's like, it's interesting. I mean, not the way I would do it, but I mean, hey, who am I to question his genius? So,
He mods them into the Switch. He doesn't program them into the Switch.
Yeah.
See, if you weren't gonna say it, I was gonna say it. That's why I literally
Hey.
up at you in the Discord call and just waited for Adam to do the semantic bullshit.
Just
I'm
shut
like, I'm
the
not
fuck
British.
up.
I'll
Just
leave
shut
it
the
alone.
fuck up. I'm so tired of the semantic pedantic bullshit. I had a person at my job the other day who was a teacher, and she was looking at the map that we have in one of the rooms. She's like, that map's not correct for 1873. I'm just like, I don't fucking care.
Oh,
I don't give a shit.
I've got a story. I've got a story about teachers. This is a good one, I promise, Devon. I promise it's a good one. This is 2016, so about 5 years ago now. I'm at a bar with Liz. We're getting dinner because we recommend this place to get good dinner. Now, it happens to be quiz night. Now, the...
Quiznos?
No, quiz night is, and a bunch of adults come over and try to rekindle their failing marriages by trying to beat each other in Q&A. There's a question
So no
which comes...
toasted subs.
No, well, I think they were on the menu, but it doesn't matter.
Were they good?
I don't know. I had fish and chips with a seafood restaurant. It's actually quite good.
British.
Very British, yes. And this question comes up, right, and I immediately knew the answer. So the question was, of these 4 African nations, which one is the furthest south? Zimbabwe, Nigeria, Kenya, or Egypt? Now, anybody who knows anything about geography will tell you that Egypt is on the very north coast on the Middle East. Geographically, it's technically Africa, but politically, it's Middle East. Now, it can't be Kenya, because that's far on the western tip. And what was the other one I said? Nigeria? Point is, the answer was Zimbabwe. To give you an idea of how far south Zimbabwe is, Zimbabwe literally shares a border with South Africa. This woman spent about 20 minutes arguing with the host that no, the answer is not Zimbabwe, it's Kenya. Because and I quote, "I am a third grade teacher. I teach geography for a living."
Get a new job.
About to say, which explains an awful lot about the American education system.
There's a lot wrong with our education system, if we're going to be honest.
And I'm like sat here thinking to myself the whole time, going, "Oh my god!" And they were like someone was like breaking out like a map for her and everything. She's like, "No, that's wrong." And I'm like, "Oh my god."
Bro, teachers as an entire institution is just fucking one giant fucking conspiracy made up by the fucking goddamn lizard people, right? So when I was 5, fucking, we did this fucking goddamn fucking purple fucking elephant puzzle in goddamn kindergarten, right? And we figured it out fast because I'm pretty smart. You know, I was a super strapping young lad. I was like nice and smart and all that shit. And fucking 100%, I almost just docked the T-Series by saying her name, so thank God I didn't do that. Fucking, she was like, all right, good, great. All right, tomorrow we're going to do a different puzzle. We're going to do a different puzzle all week. It's puzzle week, everybody. We're going to learn how to do puzzles and shit. You know, all that whatever bullshit. The next day, I come into the fucking class with a goddamn snack pack in fucking my goddamn hand. Ready for goddamn the next puzzle, and it's the fucking purple elephant again. No, it's a purple whale. I don't know why I said elephant. It's a purple fucking whale. I'm sorry. Let me fucking correct the record. It's a purple whale. There's a reason why I hate the whales and why I'm fucking always savagely like, oh, maybe, you know, the solution to all of our global warming problems is maybe nuking the whales, you know? Maybe if the whales were dead, they wouldn't produce a bunch of fucking fart gas and CO2 out their blowholes or fucking be featured in goddamn puzzles again when you're 5 years old in fucking kindergarten. So on the second fucking day in a row, I'm fucking like, this is the same puzzle. And she's like, no, it's not. I'm like, it's the same puzzle. She's like, no, it's not. I'm like, yeah, it's a purple whale. So we did the exact same purple whale. This piece goes here, 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 here. There you go. It's the exact same puzzle. She's like, slams her hand on the table. She's like, it is not the same puzzle. Please stop insisting it's the same puzzle. I'm like, but it's the same puzzle though. She goes, get in the corner right now. You're no longer involved in puzzle time. And I was like, what? She's like, get in the corner. And I like walked over to the corner like, what did I do wrong? And she never fucking elaborated what I did wrong. So I'm sitting there in my fucking stupid 5-year-old brain thinking, oh, well, the only lesson to learn here is that being right is the wrong answer and you should never be right.
So Xander, speaking of being wrong and being right, I'm just going to say this. If you did nuke all of the whales, they'd still be on puzzles because dinosaurs have been extinct for, you know, millions and millions of years, and they're on
Dinosaurs are a creationist myth made up by Ken Bone and the Society of Scientists who want to make shit up for Satan.
Wait, wow. Ken Bone?
Wow.
Ken Bone?
Wow.
The guy who was in
the guy who asked Hillary that one question about things and then got canceled because he liked porn or something.
We're not even 10 minutes into the fucking podcast and Xander's already gone off the rails about nuking fucking whales, baby.
That's 100% real. That's 100% real, though.
See, teachers are just kind of a weird one, aren't they? Like, I've never, actually, to be fair, I've never really had a bad experience. Oh, okay, I've had bad teachers. I've never had an experience quite that bad back home, but every teacher I've met here has been fucking something, dude. Devon's making a face, which makes me think it's going to be a banger of a story right here.
Well, we'll see. I had a teacher when I was in 2nd grade. She pissed me off so much one day. So, we're having lunch. And I don't remember the full meal, but I remember there was a roll and a cookie. And with the roll, I got some butter, right? Because I want, you know, to butter up my roll. And I was going to eat that with the butter on it and whatnot. Well, I got a little bit more butter than I needed. And I didn't realize it. Well, my teacher saw that before I was going to put my plate away and just take my cookie. She was like, that's too much butter on your plate. You need to finish that butter because you took it. I'm like, why though? I don't need this butter. I already ate everything. What would I eat it with? She's like, put it on your cookie. I'm like, well,
the American obesity epidemic just got explained right then and there.
Yeah. Like, what do you mean put the butter on my cookie? She's like, put the butter on your cookie and eat it. I'm like, I don't want to put the butter on my cookie. Why are you making me do that? And she's like, put it on your cookie or you're going to get in trouble. I'm just like, I don't want to though. And she just made me eat butter on a chocolate chip cookie and just ruined cookies for me for like years. And I held this grudge against this bitch for like almost, I don't know, until I was about 25. No, not 25. Until I was about 22. I held this grudge against her because then one day she came into my job and I was talking to her and she told me her husband died. I'm like, oh, you know what? That's fine. You know what? Never mind. Forget about the butter and the cookie. That's fine. You've had enough. So like
Jesus, Devon.
Yeah. Like, okay, it might be a little fucked up that I was mad at her, but then like she told me what happened. I was just like, all right, this is fine. You are forgiven. I don't know, man. But I never forgot what she made me do. Like, she ruined cookies and lunchtime for me. I was like 8, okay? That's a very sacred time for a young boy.
Fair enough.
Have you ever put butter on a Pop-Tart, Devon?
No, why would I ever do that? That sounds disgusting.
So freaking good.
That sounds disgusting. Well, a hot Pop-Tart maybe. Well, you gotta remember, this wasn't a warm cookie.
Wait, what do you mean a hot Pop-Tart? You only eat them hot.
Have you ever put butter on a Pop-Tart?
Let me finish what I was saying. The reason why I said a hot Pop-Tart is because when she made me put the butter on my cookie, the cookie was like room temperature. It wasn't like warm or hot or anything. So the butter wasn't melted. It was just straight up just like a clump of butter on the cookie.
If you haven't, then I think you should.
So you want me to go make a Pop-Tart and throw some butter on it?
Yes.
I don't think I have any Pop-Tarts right now.
Go get Pop-Tarts.
Is there like a specific flavor?
Probably the cinnamon sugar is the best one.
Okay. Speaking of breakfast foods, so if anyone remembers the last podcast, I talked about how my wife bought magic. Okay. Well, if anyone remembers the last podcast, my wife bought the Magic Spoon cereal.
Yes, how was it?
I tried it. The chocolate sucks ass. The Fruit Loop one, it's all right. It's not great. It's not terrible, but it's okay. Like I could eat it and not complain. However, I haven't tried the other two. But here's the kicker. Apparently, in the Magic Spoon cereal, the sugar substitute they have can actually cause a lot of stomach pains. Like,
Oh, no.
Is it because it's a sugar alcohol?
I believe so.
Oh no.
So
no.
let me finish. So it can cause stomach pains. It can cause ulcers, bloating, a whole bunch of problems with your stomach. So my wife is currently in a lot of pain right now because she has an ulcer. Guess what she's been eating a lot of recently?
Is this the same thing as those fucking diabetic
It's
gummy bears from years
xylitol,
ago?
isn't it?
I don't think it's xylitol. It's a specific ingredient. It's called something. Let me message her and ask if she knows what it's called again.
We can pause right here if we need to.
yeah.
I need to know this ingredient. I need to know which specific sugar alcohol
Guys,
it is.
Devon, keep telling your story.
There's sorbitol. There's xylitol. There's a lot of tols.
Oh my god, seriously, is it seriously the same goddamn thing?
I'm pretty sure it's xylitol in the gummy bears.
No, it's not xylitol. It starts with an A. It starts with an A. I don't remember what
Allulose?
I think that's what it's called. I don't want to be wrong. Allie looked at, I'm just gonna go ask her. I just messaged her, but I'm just gonna get up and go ask her. Pause the episode. Don't play anymore. Wait, she's typing. Never mind. Keep going. Allulose.
Allulose gave her making her stomach upset.
Yes.
All of my experience with allulose, I've never had anything that's like giving me stomach upset with that.
Apparently, it's a thing because she hasn't been having stomach problems until recently, and the only thing we added to her diet that's different from usual is the cereal.
Yeah, it could be the allulose in that. It could also be some of the other stuff in that, since it's a low carb thing, right?
Yeah. So it didn't hurt my stomach because I'm used to zero sugar stuff. Like I don't eat a lot of sugars anymore. So it's just like I think my stomach's adjusted to it. But like her stomach, I guess, didn't take, and I feel bad for her. So
she should try erythritol.
We're gonna take a break from eating that cereal and see if her stomach gets any better. But yeah, that's what it was. So
she should try some erythritol.
Yeah. So if you're gonna purchase the Magic Spoon cereal, please be wary that might be something that can happen to you. I don't think I'm gonna buy any more of it though.
I think we just lost that sponsorship deal.
Yeah. Well, fuck them.
Thank God we got Papa. We got
we got John. We got John.
Yeah,
I love them. Yeah,
I call him Papa. Sorry, it's father. He is a Christian, of course. Father.
No, it's just John's.
Yeah,
just John's.
Yeah,
No,
pizza, ingredients, John's.
John.
Oh, like John's like the toilet.
Yeah,
No,
sure.
Like John's like his name. Like it belongs to John. Like John made this pizza.
Oh.
Yeah.
Pizza?
So
Is
ever
it-
since Domino's locked me out of my account, I've pretty much been like exclusively a John guy, and John has taken care of me. So I'm like, yeah, you know what, John, we'll let you do your commercial. It was a little weird, especially that he got a little too I don't
Uppity?
know, editorializing about our name. I was
mean,
hoping John would get the joke, but
It's all right. We could have done I could have done a podcast and called it Cake Cast if anything, like, you know, if we wanted something that had a funny name, but that's just
True.
stupid sounding.
It
I'm
is
sorry,
pretty
we're-
stupid sounding.
We're the It's the Horse Pod.
yeah, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to change our name at some point.
Keep it as
I
it
was
is.
looking on Spotify. They have a way more active fucking and Apple Podcasts as well. They have a way more active roster than like Google does. And like there is an insert title here with the brackets and everything that started this year, like 4 months before us. And to
Well,
be
fuck
to be
'em.
fair to me, sort of, I wanted him to do a show like this called this 10 years ago, but was ugly of heart, you know? So I couldn't do it because I was ugly of heart, and those who are ugly of heart cannot do anything but fart. You know, the
It's true.
old fucking Aesop fable or whatever the fuck that's called.
We're trying to
Fucking,
rename it then.
And
trying to
fucking what?
What are you trying to rename it to then? Like the Jeff
You
Bush
are-
Power Hour?
You already fucking know. You already fucking know.
It's the horse.
If we have to fucking change it from insert title here, it has to be It's the Horse.
But we wouldn't
Just-
talk about horses ever, though. That's the thing.
But no, we wouldn't even like talk about like ponies like for the brony people. We'd just be like,
we wouldn't
oh,
that
talk
show's
about
over
BoJack
anyway.
Horseman.
no.
Both those shows are over. We wouldn't have to.
Yeah. Oh my god.
We talk
No
about
news.
the brand new My Little Pony, Generation
no-
5.
But there's no
whatever
new
the
series
fuck
that
it
coming
is.
out. I think I saw something for that on the internet that it was coming along, and I think it debuts in the winter time.
It's some
Well, I say
gross looking
winter,
3D
full
CG
time.
bullshit.
I mean, yeah, it's cheap.
Isn't Phil Lamar in it?
Dude, Phil Lamar's in everything. Phil Lamar's in Cats and Dogs 3.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were looking that up the other day.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, it was a
man.
Cats and Dogs 2. Point is, he's in one of those.
He is. So I
damn.
was one to actually. So I was listening to some stuff today. I'm gonna just get a hard pivot to another topic. So I was listening to some stuff today. On my I was at work this morning, and I learned something interesting about some video gamies. So I'm pretty sure we're all aware of what a Nuzlocke is, right? Where
Yes,
you
Pokemon
play
hard
Pokemon.
mode.
Yeah, you play Pokemon. Pokemon gets fainted, it's considered dead. You have to release it. You can't catch more. Blah blah blah. So apparently there are other challenges in other video games, which makes sense. It doesn't shock me there are challenges, but there's one challenge I was not aware of that was a thing. The Skyrim Vegan Challenge. So what you do in this challenge is that you cannot use any items that are a byproduct of an animal. So that means you cannot eat any cheese wheels. You can't eat any food in the game that comes from animals. You can't even use potions that are from insects. You can't use leather armor. You can't use bone weapons or armor either. So it's like, how the fuck would you play the game? Like, what the hell?
This is just kind of prove that veganism is a modern construct and very unsustainable and comes from a place of privilege. But we don't want to talk about that because Ingrid Newkirk's a raging cunt.
Just
Well, I said it. Xander wanted to say it. I figured if I said it, it would sound less mean.
I feel like veganism from a ethical standpoint is the way in which humanity is probably going to have to go forward at some point, but that is also necessitated by the technological advancements we've also made. At the same time, while acknowledging that veganism is ethically the likely best case scenario for humanity moving forward in any sort of humanitarian capacity, I also am a small, smooth-brained lizard boy, and I love meat, and vegans are better than me. I'm just gonna say it. Vegans are better than me.
he could admit
You guys
it.
can't say it because I admitted it, all right? So fuck you. You can't come up to me on the street and go like, I'm better than you because I admit it. Yes, you're better than me. I'm sorry. You're better than me. Please go away.
Please don't come up to the street because I'll ask you where that palm oil comes from and how many baby orangutans you had to murder today. Bitch.
Orangutans aren't people.
Are they the closest one related to us?
Maybe
care.
Joe Rogan, but
They're ugly.
Oh, Joe Rogan's a bit different. I mean, I'm still impressed they managed to shave an orangutan and implant a human brain inside of it, and that it can host a podcast. Like that's just fucking amazing. That is a feat of scientific and biological engineering. I appreciate it's the same thing, but shut the fuck up. I am just thoroughly impressed by the fact. That said, though, it's kind of obvious that, you know, you kind of knew that Joe Rogan was an animal and went to a vet and not a people doctor, because why else would he be taking the horse pills?
I don't know, man. I really like Joe, and I feel like I feel like Joe's really important, because if I've got a very absolutely harmful and irresponsible ideology that I want to spread, like fucking spinivores or some shit, I can just go onto his fucking podcast and just fucking talk ad absurdum without challenge for fucking 3 hours.
it's
And
right.
And I love it.
It really is right.
Like I mean, whenever he goes on the Spinivores tangent, I gotta stop him. I'm like, stop, for the love of fucking God, stop. But like Joe Rogan be like, tell me more about the Spinivores, the dank dimension.
Joe, invite me on your podcast. I will fly out at my own expense, even though I know you're rich enough to do it. Even just because it's the good faith and the goodwill of my heart.
I mean, he's based
Fly
in
me
Texas.
out for the JRE. I am vaccinated. You don't have to worry about me, man. I'm vaccinated now. I got both shots in me, baby. My tits are fucking growing. I got parasites in my tits now. Give me that ivermectin, baby. Fucking fly. I will come out. I will sit on your podcast. I will smoke fucking marijuana with you. I will smoke actual fucking cannabis weed with you. I will get super high. I will smoke both of our goddamn minds into a new oblivion. I will look you straight into the face and say, listen to the gospel of the Spinivore as it's coming to live next door to you. And you'll be like, I love the Spinivores. The Spinivores is love and life. Joe, invite me on the show. Joe, invite me on the show. Devon, back to you.
I
mean, Devon, you know, Rogan is based in Texas, so Xander
Oh,
could come to
he
plays
is
with you.
Devon. Devon, you could be my key.
You could both go on, and I'll support you from all the way up in the northeast, so I haven't got to put up with this excursion.
You could drive me. You could drive me there.
do I have to?
I mean, I can't drive, and you
I
are legally my
understand.
best friend, and contractually speaking, my best friend has to drive me if I'm around him. You know,
Bro,
He's got you there, Devon. He's got
bro,
you there.
I think I've done enough driving for our entire friendship.
Yes, which is why I would never force you to come all the way out here and drive me. There's also a bus system, so even if you came out here, I would never be like, yeah, Devon, let's abuse your car. Even if you brought your fucking car here, I'd be like, there's the bus. I'm not gonna abuse my best friend, but if I'm in Texas, fucking abortions are illegal and I'm gonna sue you for fucking having a right to your own goddamn body. Fucking pull yourself up by your bootstraps, you epileptic fucking fuck. Texas, you're driving me. I'm not getting on that bus.
Yeah, no,
that
I
bus
don't blame
leads
you.
me to a camp, and in that camp they mark me with a stamp, and that stamp is on a tramp. And it fucking makes me with the tramp stamp. I can't have a tramp stamp, Devon.
You are quite the
go to-
scamp with a tramp
If you
stamp.
go to Texas and you ride the bus, you wake up the next morning with the sore bus. It's called a tramp stamp.
All
Yeah,
right.
I just get a rental car. I'm just imagining that if you show up to Texas, all the rental cars have just got to be like F-150s and Mustangs.
no.
Like, we don't take anything that wasn't made here in America. If it's
No.
made in that goddamn Japan or China, we don't want it.
I live near a place that does rental cars. I've seen some of the cars they got there. I actually never seen a rental car have a truck.
I have, but
I
like,
haven't.
but like it was like a hardware rental place that was also renting out like they rented out like pickup trucks and
That would make sense.
other HGV vehicles, which made sense. The more I think about it, though, every like rental car place I've seen in the States always rents out those little tiny Kia, whatever they're called, the American only model. I forget what it's called.
Soul?
Or you see them renting out Ford Focuses.
every time someone says a Ford, I just keep thinking of that thing that Xander taught me. Just replace the word Ford with anal, and you get a new vehicle.
In almost all of Ford's models, if you replace the word Ford with anal, it's almost always funny. Anal Explorer, anal exhibition, anal focus, anal
Anal escape.
Anal escape.
Wow.
Anal F-150 is still funny to me. Fucking
Anal the F-250 back home, because they just dropped the F-250 back home for some stupid fucking reason. It's called the Raptor, so it'll be the Anal Raptor. Which I'm now convinced is a side character in the Spinosaurus universe.
No!
Yeah, Anal Raptor shows up in Jurassic Park 3 here, bros.
Yeah.
You remember the scene in Jurassic Park 3 where they're getting chased by the velociraptors in the forest and that guy he falls over and that one raptor comes up and tows him to death? That's the Anal Raptor.
You know what they call, there's a model of, I think it's the F-150 or the Transit that's got a special name to it for a special model. They call it the Marauder. The
Anal Marauder. Sounds like a Doom. Yeah. Sounds like a Doom enemy, like in a porn parody.
I'm about to say, instead of a big flying axe, he's got like a double-ended dildo.
Slayer, let me open your brown eye.
Split his cheeks. Oh, fuck.
You are
no.
nothing but a bottom. A false power top.
Jesus Christ.
Just like that, I've cancelled us, and it's been 25, 30 minutes.
That's
No,
not
I wouldn't say
fucking
we're
canceled,
canceled. It's just funny. It's fucking funny as hell, dude.
Oh my god.
Oh, fuck's sake.
No, if there ever is like a Doom porn parody made, I think I'd have to watch it with all of us just for the sheer shits and giggles.
Do you think it's be spelled Coom, like C-O-O-M?
I will never watch
Yes.
real porn with you people.
Oh, dude, I used to watch it like early days of my relationship. Me and Liz would watch like porn parodies and stuff just sheerly for the meme.
Yeah. I watched a Super Hornio Bros movie, and that was weird. I watched that with Ale, and we were just like, oh, what the fuck? Oh, my God. Oh, my fucking God. It was so fucking weird.
The most disappointing porn parody of all time is just based on the name alone is Mass Sex. It's a parody of Mass Effect, and they didn't go for the Mass Erect or any of that fucking other great jokes they would. It's just called Mass Sex.
Like, there's
Fucking
Mass
slow.
Erect, Ass Effect. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You know what? There should be a JoJo's one, but you know how they go aura. There's be oral.
All right, I quit the podcast.
That
This
was
has
a
been
great one.
entertaining.
Actually,
There's
Guys, have a great
actually
day.
there's actually a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure infamous yaoi where Kakyoin like lays an egg or something. It's like there's an egg and there's like literally a scene where like Polnareff is like, Kakyoin, did you lay this egg? And like apparently their Jotaro and Kakyoin's child hatches out of this egg or something. It's fucking weird. It's
Yeah,
so
and
fucking weird.
it's not the British version of laying an egg either. It's like actually laying an egg.
It's actually like a fucking egg.
damn.
It's
All I can-
weird. It's fucking
All I can
weird.
think- there was one me and Liz watched, like, this was like 10 years ago now. I don't know what the hell it's called. It was a Japanese one, so you already know it's off the fucking chain. And it was a Super Sentai parody. But basically, each one of the girls, the monster they got possessed by, like, just gave them a penis.
I missed all of that. I leaned forward and then muted my headset.
We're
Well, yeah.
really fucking talking about porn on my goddamn stupid fucking internet show where I talk
Yes, we
about
are.
the fucking David Draymond it being an interdimensional fucking vampire. Jesus fucking Christ.
Like, there's a whole universe of porn parodies. And I'm just saying, group of friends, few beers, everyone can laugh at it. We've all laughed at Sailor and the Seven Bulls.
Laughed, awkwardly stood around while I was playing. Sorry, Xander, editor's note, I forgot to put up my pop filter.
You unprofessional bint.
Yeah, well, it keeps getting in the way.
I'm leaving
So
all
like-
of this in.
You absolute
I'm just gonna let everybody. I'm just gonna let
This sounds
everybody.
so bad. It's
Next thing his phone's gonna go
No,
off.
because last week I'm like Devon's the best fucking like recorder out of all of us, like publicly, and he is. I will make it a matter of fucking record that Devon is the best fucking like performance guy here. He's the only I literally bare minimum bullshit his fucking voice. I don't do shit to his voice, but I have to fucking heavily edit mine and Adam's constantly because I'm always rocking back and forth in this goddamn squeaky chair. Like I can't just get a different chair, Alexander. No, Mr. Mogus has to shit in this goddamn chair. Nah, Devon's got fucking perfect audio, so I'm just gonna leave that in so everybody can just be like, huh, the one time Devon's not on his game, it's super apparent, so we can make fun of him for this for the rest of his life.
To be fair, look, I showed up really late because I had to stay late at work because of an emergency. And then like I've rearranged my desk and like I'm trying to make space for shit on my desk. So like I moved my pop filter out of the way because I only really use it like once a week now because I can't find time to record other shit. So like, my bad. Like, my B, guys. Sorry.
It's all right. We love you. We'll forgive you this time.
But next time you'll slay me.
You know,
Well,
who I'll
next
forgive?
time I'll get my revenge for this T-shirt.
Oh yeah, I love that T-shirt. But what are you saying, Xander?
You know who I'll forgive? Our sponsor, John. Here's another message from our sponsor, John. Hey, it's me, John. I thought I only had to record one of these, so I didn't really prepare a script. But if you get pizza, you should get pizza from a place that serves pizza. John, we serve pizza. Brought to you by John. Thanks, John.
Wonderful ad break.
You ever notice how John sounds a bit like Don Corleone?
No,
I'm just saying, Domino's kicked out Xander for being late to the mob.
He
And
came here on the day of my daughter's wedding. He's more right here. John's a little bit lower than that. But he calls me brother. He calls me brother. He asks me for favors when he calls me brother.
maybe that's why they're so friendly with you, Xander. You know, maybe that's why John is, because, you know, Domino's mistreated you and the mob, but John is cool. John is...
Yeah,
What's
Domino's
John's take on the mob?
Domino's is like, oh, yeah, when you're here, you're customer. John's like, when you're here, you're John.
But what if my name's not John?
God damn it.
What
No,
was that?
when you're
My name's
there,
not-
you're John.
Yeah.
What if my name's not John?
Who fucking cares? When you're there, you're John.
It's
I
not
mean, when
about
I
your
pay
name. Adam. They'll get your name right. They'll still call you Adam when you check out. I can't believe I have to fucking explain the mechanisms of how John's works because they're our sponsor and letting Adam just his comment stand there stands the risk of losing the sponsorship. Our first fucking sponsorship ever. Fucking. So Adam, at John's, when you're there, you're John. That doesn't mean your name is John. That means they treat you just like they would treat John. Like if John came in on his day off, was like, pizza, you know? He was just,
I get the pizza for free.
If he just came in with pizza, no, John pays for his pizza. Yeah, so the fun fact about John's, he has a profit share with his employees. So there's technically not really a whole bunch of profits going on. It's democratic. It's kind of a co-op-y thing, you know, whatever. That's why when you're there, you're John. Everybody's John. Everybody pays for the pizza, but they all get exceptional service. They'll get exceptional quality, you know, ingredients, pizza. It's John's. The fuck don't you get, Adam?
Yeah, it's pretty fucking simple, Adam. I don't know why you're having such trouble with this.
Okay, but like...
If only John could hear your fucking blasphemy right now as we record live the Untitled Here podcast. You know what?
Damn,
maybe,
dude,
maybe,
I'm sorry.
You know what?
I'm not gonna mess up our sponsor.
Maybe
I am
John's
not gonna mess
criticism
up
of our name
40
is
pizzas
warranted.
and 30 days sponsor.
Yeah.
Look, I'm just saying, there's 40 pizzas over 30 days we've got to use up, right? There's 3 of us. Let's just
No,
fucking
that's a
break
different
it
guy.
down.
That guy says
that's
the
a different
N-word.
John. That's the racist John.
This is just John. That guy was like a father or some shit. He's like fucking...
Oh right, sorry. No, we got 60 pizzas in 30 days.
It's like Uncle John or something,
sorry.
and it's just like
No.
pizza racism. Get out of my store.
Our
Like,
sponsorship
that was it,
deal with
right,
John's is he tells people to watch our show, and we tell people to eat his pizza. And then I order a pizza.
Wait,
and then I order a pizza at full price.
Wait, well, hold on. Wait, is he not paying us for the sponsorship?
We're paying him for the sponsorship.
Fuck off!
Okay, hold on. Okay, Xander, I don't know how many times I fucking have to tell you this.
Listen to me, Devon.
That's
Devon.
not how sponsorships work.
Devin,
That means
listen
we're
to me.
sponsoring him.
Yes, we are sponsoring him.
Finagled by
Okay.
some twat from
No,
Chicago.
listen to me. He's not from Chicago. He's from Washington. Okay? So, John serves more customers per day, more unique, different customers per day than we currently get on YouTube and our Anchor profile combined. So, through the social engineering contract I have afforded us, John enthusiastically recommends our show I wish we had our own pizza.
Insert title here, pizza.
Oh god, it would be amazing.
Starting at
It would-
$11.99.
It would be thin crust. There would be no sauce, no cheese, no toppings. It would just be thin crust. It would be fully
I
baked
mean,
and delivered to your door. It would
That
just be
sounds very
crust.
British.
No.
We put beans on it.
We put beans.
The insert title here pizza. We put baked beans on top of thin crust.
No, don't you fucking. Oh, I fucking hate baked beans. No, here's what it is. It's a thin crust pizza with tomato sauce, good cheese, and horse pepperoni.
Okay, I agree with that. All right, okay, cool. All right, so we're killing. We get to slaughter our own little ponies. All right, so anyway,
Yes.
John, right? So John is like, he gets more traffic than we do. And he enthusiastically and warmly goes, hey, go listen to this podcast. It's called Insert Title Here. And they're like, it's called what? He's like, the name of it is Insert Title Here. And they're like, their name is Insert Title Here. And they're like, yeah, the name is Insert Title Here. And it's like, why is their name their title here? And it's like, I don't know. I think they, I don't know if they're gonna come up with later or what, but I don't know. Bracket insert title here bracket. Why are there two brackets? I don't know. I don't know why there's two brackets, but the short Jewish kid was like insistent on it.
Did you not explain to him like the brackets are there to like state that this is where the title should be? Like that's what it means. That's what
Is that why the brackets are there?
Style? Yeah, it's stylish.
I just
it
put
looks
the brackets
neat,
there so I
it's-
could design the logo with brackets and make it look like a spaceship.
I like spelling it with the brackets because it looks unique and it stands out and it jumps off a page.
Me too. It kind of pops, you know.
It pops like my pussy.
Okay, so because I wanted to make okay, all right. This isn't even bullshit at this point. This isn't even
kayfabe.
bullshit right now.
No kayfabe.
So because I wanted an excuse to make the logo ITH but a rocket ship and put the brackets in
Okay.
there, it accidentally fulfills 3 other additional things. Just because I wanted our thing to look like a rocket ship, so later on I could be like, we're sailing aboard the ITH rocket ship, and just animate our stupid fucking logo.
Oh my god, I just realized it looks like a fucking rocket ship. Oh my fucking god.
Wait, really?
I got that pretty quick.
Yeah, it looks like it looks like one of the bombers, the bombers from Star Wars.
It's a Galaga, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not like, it's not the Galaga enemy, you know what I mean? It's like, it's a
Yeah.
knockoff Galaxian fighter. There we go.
Yeah.
I also thought it was like a piss take of like, intake comment etiquette, the whole, and here's a rocket ship kind of gag he does.
Oh no, I forgot about that, but that's a dick.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay, you're not stupid.
It's a penis?
No, Devon.
He's
You know
been
what?
leaving dicks on comments this whole time? Mr. Salvia!
Devon, keep your innocence. It's a rocket ship.
Oh, okay,
Xander,
cool.
don't take this from him.
It's the Rocketeer's rocket ship.
Oh, okay, cool.
There you go. Let him keep his innocence.
All right. Okay, that makes way more sense. A penis. Who would put a penis in a fucking, YouTube comment? That's crazy.
I don't know, why did
Yeah,
Jeff
I've
Bezos make
nev-
his fucking thing a penis?
Because he's got
Jeff
a micro-
Bezos' rocket's a penis?
I love Devon.
Uh,
I'm gonna shove a Game Boy Micro right up Devon's sphincter.
I fucking saw. You guys familiar with Jim will paint it?
What?
No.
So Jim will paint it is a page. I know it started on Facebook, but I believe it's like Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, all over the place now. The idea is the guy goes in his comment section and gets a random suggestion and paints it in Microsoft Paint. He did one recently, which was a parody of the Doctor Strangelove ending. With what's it? I forget the actor's name, riding the nuclear missile, like with a cowboy hat, going yeah, right? Jeff Bezos riding the rocket ship down to Earth. All I can think of now is that shit, and it's the funniest fucking thing in my mind.
Oh, so it looks like Jeff Bezos is riding on a peen.
Did you guys know I met Jeff Bezos once?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I met him. So it was like when I first came out to like Seattle and shit, right? So like I'm
Did he
homeless.
smell like strawberries?
He smelled
Did he
like
smell
cigars
strawberries?
and steroids.
Oh. Strawberry cigars?
No. Why would he smell like strawberries?
Watermelon cigars?
Why do you have watermelon cigars?
Oh, because they're Delta 8 pre-rolls.
You should spark one up right now.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, Adam, tell me about the time I met Jeff Bezos while me and Devon smoke a weed.
So you had just moved up to Washington, and you were at
Well, I was
the
in Seattle
time-
at that time.
You were between
say that one.
accommodation. You're between accommodations,
Striking
and you are on the
match.
prowl looking for both a
First
place
try.
to sleep and some good marijuana. And you happen to go to what would become your favorite weed spot in the city, and you found sat there waiting at the counter, Mr. Bezos. You recognize him from the back of his gleaming bald head. It was quite strange seeing him because you're usually when you see him, he's got like 3 or 4 warehouse employees like chained up on their hands and knees like dogs. Some weird power play shit he does, and usually he's whipping them or he's flaying them within an inch of their lives. But no, he was just there by himself, trying to get some marijuana. And Xander goes up to this guy and says, "Hey, are you Jeff Bezos?" And he goes, "Yeah, what the deal?" And Xander kind of goes, "Oh, I just didn't recognize you."
What do you mean?
Well, normally when I see you, you're like committing human rights violations and, trying to work people into an early grave, or at least till they quit so you haven't got to pay them benefits or anything.
Oh,
Yeah.
so what are you doing here?
I'm trying to get some weed.
Oh yeah, me too.
Really? You smoke weed?
Yeah.
And you're not more mellow?
What do you mean?
Well, I'd assume if you smoke more weed, you'd be less of a complete cunt. And at that point, Jeff Bezos, just opened up his mouth, and out came this large, black cloak of just darkness, spills out like a fog, envelops the entire store, and then Xander wakes up the next morning under an underpass going, "What the fuck just happened?" And then he realizes that Bezos robbed him. Jeff Bezos fucking robbed Xander. He summoned the void, he summoned the eternal darkness, Hindoa! Which that's the only way I can pronounce it, because it's like an ancient Lutherian script. I can't fucking pronounce that shit. No one can analyze, so I'm just gonna go with because that's the closest fucking pronunciation. And he fucking robs Xander. He robs a homeless man, because that's Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos is that much of a cunt.
All right, Devon, your turn. Tell the story of how I met Jeff Bezos.
Joke about Jeff Bezos.
No, don't bitch out.
Fine.
Here's what
Okay.
here's what about Devon. If you don't tell a good one,
All right. All right.
I'll break your dick.
So actually, Adam, that's not the story of how Xander met Jeff Bezos. That's the story of
it's
how
not?
he met. That's the story about how he met Elon Musk.
that's
That's why he didn't have the 4 slaves around his feet the whole time.
But he was bald though.
Well, he shaved his head just for fun.
Okay.
Yeah, it was that phase. He was trying to make a new meme, like bald-headed meme. It's just like, bald chads when they walk around, something like that. It didn't take off. It was a bad meme.
Fair enough.
Let me learn you a tale of the day that Xander met Jeff Bezos. One day, Xander was walking from his place where he was staying. You see, as he was homeless, he didn't have a home, so I couldn't say he was walking from his home. Otherwise, the story is complete bullshit.
Yeah.
So, Xander was walking, and he was wanting to procure some legal marijuana, as one does.
As one does.
And on his way there, he saw a man that was so bald, yet so powerful, he stood out among the crowd. And Xander was like, "Holy shit, is that Jeff Bezos?" So Xander walks up to the man, and he asks, "Hey dude, are you Jeff Bezos?" And the man turns to him and says, "Oh no, man, I'm just some bald dude that's just walking on the street. But I thanks, I guess, for comparing me to one of the richest men in the world." And so I was like, "Oh, okay, sorry. No, I guess I just didn't recognize. I've got face blindness, so all bald people look like Jeff Bezos to me." Which is fun fact, which is actually the main reason why I grow my hair out so much. Because if I were bald, Xander would just think I was Jeff Bezos, and it just things would just get really weird, right, Xander?
Yeah. Yeah.
So as you know, I'm speaking the truth here, because if I was bullshitting you, Xander would call me out and stop me.
Yep.
So he keeps walking, looking for his legal marijuana at his favorite marijuana shop, and he goes in, and there he sees another bald man. And this bald man's having a discussion with the guy who runs the place, and he's saying, "Look, man, I could buy out this entire shop right now if I wanted to, but I need to make my own brand of weed, and I want to test all the weed you have at this location. And Xander's like, what kind of guy wants to make his own weed, but like wants to keep taking all the other people's weeds to do their own weed? It makes no sense. This is weird. What kind of guy is that? So he walks up to this guy and goes, excuse me, I have face blindness with bald people specifically, but are you Jeff Bezos? And this man turns to him and says, who the fuck let this peasant in my weed shop? And the guy at the weed counter is like, actually, dude, it's still my weed shop. Shut up! It's my weed shop. So he turns to Xander and goes, yes, fool, I am Jeff Bezos. And Xander's like, oh, cool. So, like, why are you wanting to take all this guy's weed? And Jeff goes, because I'm going to make Amazon weed. Amazon weed will be created by me and be sold online and be delivered to places where weed is legal. And Xander's like, but I mean, you can't just corner the weed market. That's not cool, dude. I mean, like, you know, it's becoming legal. People are wanting to get in on the business, and you know, I think, you know, freedom of choice is the thing. And Jeff Bezos goes, who the fuck said you could talk to me about freedom? You know who I am? I'm Jeff fucking Bezos. And Jeff opened his maw, and like this demonic presence spilled out from it. And it's similar to the one that you were talking about, Adam. As you see, all billionaires are actually possessed by a demonic black maws that come out of them. And that whenever common folk talk to the rich, it spills out and assaults these poor people. So Xander's like, oh shit, dude, I just came here for some weed. I don't want to put up with this. So Xander just like is like throws a 20, like grabs like some weed and just fucking runs. And Jeff Bezos, seeing the sight of money, was taken aback for a second. And he's just like, oh, money? And that gave Xander his chance to run off. And that is how Xander escaped and survived his encounter with Jeff Bezos.
Yeah. Very compelling story, Devon. All of it's true. Now.
Wait, my one or his one?
Both.
Yeah,
now,
I mean, like I said, that's how he met Elon Musk. You told him the story about how he met Elon Musk.
Now here's the story about how I met Jeff Bezos.
Oh boy.
So I was homeless in Seattle, of course. And as Devon previously established, you know, I have bald face blindness. All bald people look the same to me, right? And in my heart of hearts, there is a bald person that I revere above all other bald people. I'm waiting in line, just trying to get some weed for myself, you know, just to make the wait between fucking work and getting into a shelter or sleeping under the bridge, whatever happens that night, just goes a little bit better. And all of a sudden I see the most magnificent, beautiful, bald fucking head I've ever seen in line. And I can't help but notice, but this person looks familiar. Is it possible that this is the one that I revere the most? The one that I hold the highest of all high bald people? And so I nudge him and go, hey, I'm a big fan. And he turns around and it's him. It's the majestic motherfucker that I've always waited for my whole life. And he says, oh, really? I was like, yeah, you've changed my entire fucking life. My entire perspective on everything changed the moment I became aware of everything you've done. You've inspired me at every single moment of every single day to move forward and just keep trying my hardest to achieve all of my dreams and keep going. And it's like, oh, wow, that's great. You know, I was beginning to lose a little bit of faith that maybe I was the bad guy in all of this, that maybe I was the evil one, you know? That maybe everything I've done here, especially in this city specifically, you know, maybe it wasn't for the best. But you've convinced me otherwise. It's like, yeah, man, if it wasn't for your music, I wouldn't be who I am. And he looked me dead in the face. He goes, my music? I'm like, yeah, you're David Draymond, right? And he looked, his smile went from just the most elated to the most disappointing looking scowl of all I've ever seen. He goes, I'm Jeff Bezos. And I go, who's that? Because at the time, I didn't know who Jeff Bezos was. I didn't know the internal structure of Amazon. I didn't understand any of the founding or any of that. Amazon to me was a website that I bought Mega Man toys off of when I was fucking like 10 years old. And that was, at that point, my only relationship to it. Didn't know anything about it. So he's like, I'm about to be the richest motherfucker in the world. I was like, oh, I thought that was Bill Gates. And he slammed his fucking fist on the counter because we'd finally made it up to the counter by this point. And he's like, Bill Gates? Bill Gates? Do you know what that motherfucker has done? I was like, no, elucidate. I thought he was just a cool billionaire dude. And he just, a list of horrible, graphic, Epstein-level shit that I'm not at legal liberty to say because I'll probably get sued, spewed from his fucking mouth. Almost like the black fucking maw that fucking Devon and Adam described in my previous encounters. And my worldview was shattered. Like, Bill Gates isn't the good one? He's like, no, none of us are. I almost was, but you confused me for David Michael fucking Draymond. And he left without getting any weed that day. And rumor has it that Supple Hefe has not smoked a single fucking ounce, mounts, dounce, or blounce of marijuana since that fateful encounter. And that's why things have gotten worse. I'm sorry, everyone.
So what you're saying is that you are the reason why the Amazon warehouses are akin to prison systems.
No. They were like that before me. And Jeff continues to make his own choices. I just probably did not make it any better.
So do we blame you for Twitch?
No, Twitch was already like that.
So what do we blame you for?
I don't know, fucking getting dank weed after confusing Jeff Bezos for David Draymond, and then making you even more mad by not knowing who he was.
Yeah, and then pissing him off again just by talking to him for having face blindness in the same weed shop years later, and then confusing him for Elon Musk. It's just, you know.
I mean, he robbed you, so. Damn. Jeffrey Bezos.
I ever tell you about the time I got stabbed?
No, I mean, you've told me, but like.
No? Do you want to tell us on the air?
Yeah. I love this story. Oh, it's okay. So
I'm sorry. I got stabbed, comma, I love this story.
yes, okay.
It's the most Xander phrase.
I will preface this. Okay? I will preface this with all the disclaimers and all the shit that's necessary. Getting stabbed sucks. I would never go through it again. And if I could redo my entire life, I would redo my entire life based around never getting stabbed. Because getting stabbed is the single most traumatic, well, the second most traumatic event I've ever been through in my life.
Was it the most painful physically, though?
Yes, it was. Well, no, because the other most fucking traumatic thing I also got stabbed in. So that was technically as painful. I've been stabbed twice in my life.
Pincushion, mate?
I've been
Are you a
stabbed.
fucking pincushion?
Yeah. Look, especially back then. That's probably why I survived the fucking stabbings. So I've been stabbed twice in my life, but this is the second stabbing. This is the cool stabbing. This is the funny stabbing. So like, I think I did security at this point. I'm homeless as fuck, and I think I did security at this point, and it's like September. Oh, it's almost in. It's the 6th. Oh my god. By the time this goes up, it'll actually be the end. When does this go up? Friday.
He's like actually
This will go up on the anniversary of my stabbing. This no fucking joke goes on the 5th anniversary of me getting stabbed. Holy, I'm definitely telling the story now. All right, so I'm a security bitch at this point. I got a job. I'm homeless as fuck. I'm sleeping outside. I'm schmooving around with like this dude I met. He's super fucking cool. This dude is like my brother. To this fucking day, I would take a fucking bullet for this dude. I love this motherfucker. But this story's not about him because unfortunately, he's not with me on this day. On this day, I just got out of fucking doing some stupid security bullshit at undisclosed company here. In the brackets and everything. Undisclosed company here was such a fucking horrible company, and they still are, and I hate every single fucking thing about it. But undisclosed company here is also not the villain of this tragic story. Unfortunately, I'm sitting in a park that I've publicly disclosed on multiple times and will again because I don't live in Seattle, Freeway Park. And in Freeway Park, I'm sitting there, smoking a bong, just minding my own goddamn business, waiting for some, fucking shelter to open because I'm homeless, I just got out of work. I'm about to get... I just got my first paycheck. And I just decided to quit smoking cigarettes as well. It's the worst fucking trifecta of everything, right? And fucking as I'm smoking on this bong, just kind of like fucking jamming, celebrating, listening to my favorite band and shit. Fucking this dude comes up around the corner and he's like, "Hey man." I was like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" He goes, "You got any shards?" I'm like, "What are shards?" He's like, ice. I was like for a drink? Why would I have ice? He goes, "Meth." I'm like, "Oh, No, I don't fuck with that. And he goes, damn shame. And then stabs me twice in the gut. Fucking, I drop down on the floor. My bong doesn't break somehow. And he doesn't steal any of my shit. He doesn't go through my pockets. He doesn't look for my wallet. I have like $300 cash on me at this point because I pulled it out to like, so I would be able to like, take care of shit because I'm homeless at this point. And a lot of like the services you have to use don't take cards. And I have an American Express card at this point in time. A lot of people just don't fucking take that. Doesn't go through any of my shit. Doesn't steal my weed. Doesn't take my bong. Just walks the fuck off after stabbing me. And I'm just like, oh shit.
Fuck?
And I just start bleeding out and shit. And then I break up with my girlfriend over text because I'm dying. And I'm like, all right, well, if I'm dying, right, your ex-boyfriend dying is better than your boyfriend dying. And then I wake up in the hospital like a couple days later and I'm fine. But the bill is $16,000 and I don't have health insurance. And it's on me.
That was the fun story?
Yeah.
I have several questions. Most of them are what the fuck. A few of them are why the fuck.
So I'm not going to disclose on the actual show who the perpetrator of it is, because while they were not found for my specific incident, revealing their name may reveal way too many details related to the case that I'm willing to share. But needless to say, he was arrested later for a similar crime and had been through 20 other similar crimes in the past. He is absolutely insane. He's not in there anymore. He's basically the son of wealthy parents who, when he flunked out of college, they cast him off and disowned him. And when you're homeless, you have two options. You have try your fucking hardest to struggle against a system that's trying to keep you exactly where the fuck you are, or do drugs and give the fuck up. And he ended up going down that path, and he did every fucking drug under the sun, had every disease by that point. He wasn't there anymore. And for the longest time, I was real fucking angry at this dude. I was like, if I ever see this motherfucker, I would kill him, right? Like actual like fucking vengeful angriness and stuff. But by the time I actually learned about this dude and figure out what went on after the other event happened, he's been bounced between, he's too dangerous to be institutionalized, and no services will accept somebody with a criminal history like that, so he can't get medication to be treated for that. He is trapped in his own worst hell, and there is nothing I could do to him worse than he's already done to himself. And all of the animosity and anger and rage I had towards that dude went to just, please just fucking somebody help this fucking person.
You're a better person than me because, personally, first and foremost, you never told me about this. If you had told me, you know how to drive my ass up there and found the guy. But me personally, I'm the type of person that if that happened to me, I would just beat a motherfucker with another motherfucker and not care one way or the other. So looking into it and learning, about, what he's gone through, that shows a lot of your character, and I can respect that.
Well, that wasn't my first response to. So when I saw the article about the crime spree he went on most recently, my first one was a very knee-jerk and a very disgusting reaction that I'm not proud of, where I essentially advocated for his death and was like, yeah, fuck that guy, and all that kind of shit.
I mean, you were stabbed by him. It's understandable.
But I eventually, over the course of like a couple weeks, walked that back and was like, I now approached my current viewpoint of it. And I did it all very publicly in front of my coworkers at the time, and all of them were like, no, if I see this motherfucker, I'm beating the shit out of him. I'm like, no, listen to me. Literally listen to me. I don't want you to do anything to this motherfucker. And then they're like, I get it, but if he shows up around us, I'm afraid he's gonna recognize you. I'm like, he's not in there. Why would he recognize me? He doesn't recognize his own fucking parents. Not that they give a shit. They disown his ass, so. Yeah. The funny story is the $16,000 health bill that I actually successfully paid off last year.
Oh.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Our healthcare is a joke.
Yeah, that is the joke.
In any other sane fucking country, they wouldn't charge you for that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not your fault you got stabbed.
It literally was not my fault I got stabbed. So the questions I usually get asked with that story, especially with people who don't know me, are, why did you answer? It's obviously not going to show up because this is a listening thing. We don't have video on the show yet, but I'm gonna like kind of demonstrate it for like Adam and Devon. So this thing right here is a wall, right? This little tarp behind me. This is the wall because like in Fruga Park, there's this like mega structure, like maze thing that we used to call, all the homeless people used to call the dungeon, because you could go down there and get lost and just fucking vibe and chill and shit. Fucking so here's like this wall, and I'm on top of like this structure, like I'm above the ground level. And so next to this wall is this other wall here, and this guy comes up from up here and jumps down. The only way to get around him, he's now blocked, is the stairs to get around, because there's another wall here. I'm too short to jump up and climb. I can't just get out, and all my stuff, I don't have my stuff, together. My bag is like kind of unstring because I've been chilling for a little bit. I've been here for like a couple hours. So I'm like, all right, in my previous history so far with people who don't quite seem right, because I've been homeless, let's see, it's September, so July, August, September. I've been homeless 2 months by this point. My experience tells me just be nice. Just try not to be too complex with your concepts because you don't know what state of mind they could be in. Just be kind. Just be nice and slow and understanding, and don't get mad at them. Don't show a bunch of fear or whatever, If it helps, it helped me a lot. Put on some sunglasses so they can't see your eye movements, because sometimes they'll see your eyes dart back and forth if you're a little too anxious, and they'll get a little too trippy about that, especially if they're on like meth and stuff. But, otherwise it's like, engage with them a little bit, let them know that you're not a threat, so that way, like, if they're in a threat escalation thing, whatever. But that didn't work here. And the second question I get is, what would happen if you had said yes? And I don't know. I don't know what would happen if I had said yes. I didn't get the opportunity to ask him, and I will never, ever ask him that. But I imagine it would have been probably... there's two options in my mind. He asks for some of the meth, and I don't have the meth and get stabbed, or he stabs me,
and then robs you.
So I kind of just expect that whatever my answer was, I'm getting stabbed there, So that's why I answered him.
Can I ask the third question you probably get asked?
The third question I get asked is, why did you break up with your girlfriend?
Well, you answered that one already.
Yeah, it's so.
Can I ask the fourth question then?
What's the fourth question?
Or the fifth one? Can I see the scar?
I wonder if it shows up. These two right here.
I see him. Yeah. That's
Holy
good.
shit!
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with the first one, he went in, and as he came out, he kind of like slashed down a little bit on accident. But when he came with the second one, he intentionally went down, which is why they're pretty long. Also, I was fatter back then, so they're a little stretched.
That's true.
But
You have lost a lot of weight.
your fat probably saved you because like
Yeah, I
they
was-
could've gone straight for the.
I was pushing 260 at that point.
He's a big boy.
Damn.
That's about how much I weigh, but I'm also like a foot taller than you, so.
Yeah, you also have more muscle than I did. I was pure fat.
That is true. I did work out quite a lot. Not to dunk on Xander, but during the time that he was homeless and gaining weight, I was actually...
Well, I was losing weight while I was homeless. When I arrived in Seattle, I was about 280, and by that point, I already lost 20 pounds, and I would lose much more.
Yeah, but by the time I dropped off Xander, I started going to the gym more and started working out more because I was in that state where... when like you break up with a super shitty ex and you want to change everything about yourself so that way you're never going to be that person that person fell in love with. You just want to be someone completely different, so that way like one day you'll be like, I will never be the person that you once touched and like ruined.
No, this sounds very, very specialized.
Okay, cool. So this is just a me thing then. Anyway, so like I was working out like a lot, and when I say a lot, I was like a veritable gym rat at this point. Like, if you knew what I looked like before 2015, you would know I was a fat son of a bitch. Like, I was like 2X. I was like pushing 2XL. Okay, hold on. Let me read it. Not to disparage anyone who is larger or who is fat, I'm not trying to be, what's the word?
Fatphobic.
It's all right. Get to the point.
Insensitive about your weight. If you want to change, that's fine. You do you. I was not happy with my body. I was not happy with myself. I was not happy in the situation I was in. And I started working out more because it not only helped me out, it helped me just become healthier as a person and get my mind off all the shit that was happening in my life. So what had happened at this point was I was a veritable gym rat. I was at the gym 3 times a week, almost 4 times a week, if I could help it. I was there for over an hour and a half doing my routine, working out. I'd start with my cardio, and I'd move on to my, my stretches, and then I'd start doing my weights and my lifting and all that. So, I dropped a lot of weight. I gained a lot of muscle too. Like, I was in fantastic shape. Like I was the best shape of my life. And I was like, at that point in my life, though, I was just much happier as a person after all of that. And I remember my ex saw me after I dropped all the weight and like looked like way better than I did. And she was just like, fuck. She's just like, I was like, that's right, bitch. You missed out on this. Go fuck yourself. Bye. Like, I was gone. I was out of that. It was like the best moment of my life. And now I'm sitting here like, my best friend got stabbed. Well, I was like making myself better. And I'm just like, I felt so bad when he told me. When he told me he got stabbed, he knew my reaction. I was like, what the fuck do you mean you got stabbed? What the fuck happened? And like, he's like, see, this is why I didn't tell you. Because I knew you're going to get upset. And you're going to want to come try and take me back from Seattle. I'm like, no fucking shit I would.
Yeah,
like,
and my only way of actually surviving in fucking life is not going back to fucking the goddamn desolate fucking nowhere wasteland that's Oklahoma.
Yeah. So like, he made the right call. He absolutely made the right call, because I would have been on the next flight to Seattle. I'm like, get your shit, we're going. Get your shit. But no, he made the right call. Not telling me was the best call he could have made, because fuck me, man. Oh, that just scared the shit out of me. And the reason I don't go to the gym anymore is not because I'm comfortable with myself, but because I injured my back and I can no longer lift more than 50 pounds without starting to hurt.
Yeah, fucking... Most people at that point, when I got stabbed, I think 3 people knew I was even homeless at that point. It was you, my dad, and my girlfriend. Yeah, only you 3 even knew I was homeless at that point.
Yeah.
I made vague allusions on Twitter that things were bad, and I had a lot of people give me money and help me out with that stuff that I'm grateful for. A lot of people started buying my album that was super bad to help support me during that time and stuff too. But I was not open about being homeless because I knew other family members would look at my Twitter account at that point and then report it, and then other people would know about it and stuff, and I just didn't want... I'm very susceptible to peer pressure. Just like I'm a gambling addict, I'm a peer pressure addict. And if I have enough people telling me to go back to a place I hate, I'll go back there. And we all know how that ends. It ends in not alive.
Yeah.
So, as much as I hate a lot of things going on in my life right now, I am in a much fucking better place now than I ever have been in the years before. And I am grateful to Devon for fucking getting me out here, fucking newbie for fucking helping us out with that fucking long ass drive. Fucking, I'm not gonna say his name just because, but you know who, the guy who gave me the shelter for the first couple of months, fucking who I even facilitated the move to begin with, and fucking put up with my bullshit and allowed me to fucking establish myself out here. Can't fucking thank him enough. Always gonna be fucking just, I love you. I appreciate your entire existence. Fucking Vic as well. He fucking helped me out a bit after he moved out here. Fucking like, I would not have been able to make it through that shit without help, because the system that was fucking in place was not trying to fucking help me out of that shit. Homelessness is a fucking very lucrative business for cities.
So we're gonna call this episode the depressing one, right?
This one got real. This one got real.
No, I think we could call this one, I had a name for it earlier. Oh, hey, I met Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
There you go, that works.
I love this story. Before we called into the podcast, we're at the hour mark. One of our wonderful friends, Shelby, she shared something with us in our Discord group, and it was a study. The effects of ivermectin and its combination with alpha lipoic acid on expression of... okay, you know what? I'm too high to read this. So basically, if you take the horse dewormer and... yeah, it's going to cause a decrease in your testosterone and sperm count and sperm everything. It makes your dick not work.
At the horse doses or the human doses? Because, okay, I don't want any motherfucker in my comments saying, look, it's also for... Yes, I know it's also for human consumption. For parasite treatment at way lower doses. The reason that we are clowning this is because, A, COVID's not a fucking parasite, and people are buying the horse version and taking the horse dose. That's why. Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Thank you. Continue.
I remember reading something like 6 months ago. They do also use it in COVID patients, but like when you're at death's door, like when you're like literally about to roll over.
Yeah, and the fucking the results on that are not fucking
mixed.
Yeah, not enough to recommend.
Okay. So the amount was tested on a male rat. It was 0.56 milligrams. So about the same size you'd probably use for a human.
Okay.
And it was combined with the lipoic acid, 50 milligrams, on an expression of testicular insulin-like growth factor binding protein.
If it's only a rat study, I do want to be fair and state that rat studies, while very close to human trials and usually conclusive to the results you would find in human, are not always reflective of that, and it may not have the same effect on us. However, that disclaimer out of the way, continue.
No, that's really all there is to it, because I think it's just probably kind of fucking funny. If you if you take fucking horse dewormer,
yeah,
your balls ain't gonna work. They're just taking the work out of it. It's so...
If you guys just took the free fucking vaccine that's fucking free, that even me, a degenerate with no insurance, that has no rights in this fucking country, can get without fucking issue, you wouldn't have to fucking worry about this shit. We could be done with this. It's cool. It exists. Please just go fucking get it. I'm fine. I'm not a... Oh, God. Oh, God!
What's happening? Oh, God, the Black Maw. God damn it, Jeff Bezos!
It's alright. While he recovers and returns, you know what just hit me?
What?
These people who go on about, like, you know, white genocide and global population under 5 minutes. They're really doing a great job of, like, between COVID and making their dicks not work with ivermectin, they're doing a great job of, like, taking care of it themselves.
Yeah.
There doesn't need to be like an Illuminati or government conspiracy.
Yeah.
They're already doing it to themselves.
Yep. Thanks, everyone. Well, I think it's time for us to call a podcast, but first we're going to go to our sponsor, John, before we call it a day. So here's our final sponsor read.
Oh, fuck. Is there one of these? All right. Welcome. I'm John. At John, we are a restaurant. We like pizza. Pizza is good. Did you know pizza is food? If you eat pizza, you'll have eaten pizza. Ingredients: pizza. John. There's been insert title here, folks.